We said we clean for different reasons. The first one is that to give prestige to an establishment and to add value to property. There are other reasons like
not that you are reading. Sorry, I hope it's not that you are reading your notes. I hope you are telling me by the heart, because that's what should happen. It should be very, very unprofessional if you get to sites and you are busy, you know, reading your notes.
By that time, I would have mastered it very well. But let me say the ones I can from my heart. Okay. So we looked at the definition of what is cleaning.
You did not answer me.
I answered. I said I have my notes with me. I was glancing through it, but now I've dropped it.
Okay. That's what I want to hear, that you dropped it.
Yes.
I think I overheard you saying by then you would have mastered it, and you know.
No,
there can't be two masters.
I said, you said if I go to the site.
Do it in this class. So.
Okay, ma.
Yeah.
Sorry, ma.
Not what you want to do, is what we want to do here.
Okay, ma.
That's clear.
Okay, ma. Okay. So we went over what we have studied in our WhatsApp chat room for earlier. We looked at the definition of cleaning, and we said cleaning is the act of removing undesirable elements from everything. We looked at what do we clean? We said we clean everything. We looked at the purpose of cleaning. Why do we clean? We said we clean to add value to property, to give prestige, to the value of a property. And we also looked at who is the cleaner. And we said, we are the cleaner. Each and every person involved in it is a cleaner. And we went on to also look at the tools that we use, for cleaning. The need to have a checklist, that we must have a checklist so that when we get to site, we will know what to do. And as we deal with each one, we tick it out. We also look at the instrument for cleaning, the things we need that we should have handy, like we should have something like a caddy or something like that, caddy that will have all the items, our rag, the mop, the scrub, depending on what we're cleaning. And we said in it all, our health must be paramount, because most of the substance we'll be using for cleaning they are chemicals, and they are dangerous to our health and even the health of those people we are working for. And so we must be a good planner. We must plan. We must not be an haphazard person. We must have plans. And how do we go about it? For example, if you're cleaning a duplex, or if you're cleaning a whole building, there are ways to go about it. You just don't go there and just start from anyhow. There's a way to start your cleaning. You take it stage by stage. Then what else can I remember? I think for now, that's what I can remember, ma.
Yeah. Well, that was a great attempt. That was good. Especially if it was not from any notes.
No, I dropped my notes immediately.
I'll give you 95%.
Thank you.
Who else wants to try? Do I have any other hands up?
No hands up.
Who else? Was she the only one in class? Abiola, please mute yourself. Abiola.
Hello, mommy. Mommy, I'm sorry.
There's no mommy in class, so. There's no mommy at work, actually.
Okay, ma. I'm sorry.
Yes,
please,
ma.
There was something that is very fundamental. That you mentioned. And you
emphasized. Please mute yourself. Sorry about that, Folake. If you are not talking, please mute yourself or I will put you in the waiting room. Faith Okogu, I hope you know how to mute yourself.
I'm trying to, man. My phone has issues, man. I'm trying to, man.
Okay, so if you cannot mute yourself, make sure you don't have any background noise.
I want to.
Right. Please go ahead.
Okay, ma. You said something that is very fundamental, and you emphasized on it often and often, and that is the issue of calling mob. Even myself, before I came on board, with this training, it irritates me when I hear people call mob. And you said it's unethical. So we must master, some of these things so that when we go out, the person that we are talking to knows that we know what we are doing. That it is unethical for us to be calling a mob in the presence of a client.
Even in your closet, you shouldn't make that mistake of calling, because you are not mobbing anybody.
At all, no.
You're only mopping the floor. Even you cannot mop the floor. All right.
Then you said something again that if we are going for a business proposal for the very first time, we need to go along with somebody who is more knowledgeable, maybe our manager or somebody who is well prepared, so that if there are questions that will be posed to us, we will not be stammering, and that person can easily nudge us or be able to answer the question effectively so that we will not lose that opportunity.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. This is a great class of excellent students. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, but nobody has really touched so much on what we did exactly. What we did before last Monday.
Yes, ma'am. You also taught us. Yes, ma'am. You also taught us about all the things we should need when going for cleaning in a client's home.
Yeah,
that we should endeavor to check them properly.
Twins touched on it a little bit, but not in depth like that.
Yes, ma'am. Then when we are cleaning, like from the kitchen, we should wipe down countertops, clean the fridge, the freezer, all those things before we.
There's one particular word I'm looking for that we talked about that is very, very essential, that I even did a video and posted on the group again. Twins touched a little bit on it, but didn't mention that particular word. Who can remind us?
Checklist.
Checklist. Very good. That must be a Christ school trained person.
Yes.
Am I right or right?
Right, ma'am.
I mentioned checklist, Ma. I mentioned checklist, Ma.
Yes.
Were you of Christ school?
We should check. Yes, ma'am. I said the same thing, ma'am. That we should check all that we need to use. Not get there, we begin to look for one thing or the other.
All right. So I posted what we are supposed to do today on the platform. Yeah. Can somebody tell us what we have for us today? For tonight? So you are just in class. You don't even know why you are here.
No, ma'am.
Then soap and disinfectant.
Starting your cleaning business and then go
to. It's not in your cleaning class, so he only joined us from the Financial Freedom platform. I'm sure for the soap making and all of that. But those of you that you are even in the cleaning class, you don't even know the topic for today, okay? All right. Somebody is having difficulty connecting. If you will want to be your brother or your sister's keeper, please help us get the person and let him or her know what to do. All right, so let's quickly start while we are waiting for Prince. Like I said, today we want to look at, I didn't prepare slides because I just thought that he was going to take the better part of the time, and I might not be through with my slides while he's ready with his, but that's fine. We want to look at starting your cleaning business. May I let you know, if you are on the call, that this call is being recorded. And like we always advise, if you do not want to be recorded, it would be a good thing to excuse yourself right now. But if you don't mind, then we don't mind having you with us. The training normally, ordinarily, is supposed to be Hofsal's group of CSR in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth and Social Development of Lagos State to train on people that keep coming in, okay, to train on professional ways of cleaning. Like I said, is in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth and Social Development. We've already talked about the what, the why, and all of that. Last week, Monday, we talked about the importance of continuous training. Why you have to be trained yourself, why you are doing what you're doing, and why you won't stop at training your own operatives so that you can all be on the same page. Because if you don't train them, you cannot blame them. So you need to train them. You need to continuously train them. And you yourself, you need to continuously upskill yourself in the business. Now you want to start your own cleaning business. Last week also, I remember, I just want, is popping into my memory as I'm talking. I remember we also did a little bit about the kitchen detailing when we were trying to introduce ourselves to the business of using the tools, what we can use, and also trying to get the checklists or whatever. Now today, you want to start your own business. Great. Before you start anything at all, your why must be very strong. So you need to ask yourself, what is your why? That is, why do you want to start this business? Why? I'm not going to say anybody should raise up his or her hands and tell us why, but I'm just telling you that in whatever you want to do at all, you must have a very strong why. Okay? If your why is not strong enough, you are likely to drop off. And you are not likely to even enjoy what you are trying to do. So, your why must be very, very, that is W-H-Y. Why you are doing it must be very strong. You need to know why, and you need to make sure that it's strong enough so that it can give you the staying power. Whoever is iPhone, please mute yourself. You came late to start with, please mute yourself and rename yourself so that we can know who we are in the same room with. Please rename yourself, put your name properly so that we know who you are. We all have our names. Right. You haven't missed anything as such. And another thing, please, if you know you have to remove your shirt or you have to remove your trouser, please put off your video.
Video, Abino.
Kindly put off your video if you are going to be in your underwear. Okay? Because we actually saw somebody in, I think, singlets or something. That was why last week, so recording came out late because we were trying to edit that person out of the meeting. So please, if you have to remove, we know that we are in Nigeria, probably NEPA has struck where you are and you are feeling hot, but please, you have the option of putting off your video. You don't have to show us your underwear. Thank you. Now, is your why, because I have to stay on this for quite a while, is your why that will get you up every day to go and do what you need to do in any business at all, much more in cleaning, because as much as cleaning can get you a lot of money, as much as cleaning can also, you know, be started off on a very, very low budget. Cleaning is such a job that sometimes people can really get you irritated by their actions and inactions. Remember when you are cleaning, especially if you do home cleaning, when you are cleaning somebody's home, you are subjected to that person. And it doesn't matter what you think about yourself, is their home and they are paying you. So it's either sometimes you make up your mind that you are not doing that kind of job, or you take it as it is. So is your why at that kind of moment when people probably talk rudely to you, or maybe when they do things that you look at and you are like, hey, what will it look like if I'm not doing this kind of business? Okay, is your why that would make you to stay. The staying power will be from your why. That's what I'm trying to put across. Then, before you start off at all, remember last week we also talked about planning. And I made you to realize that you cannot be a good cleaner if you are not a good planner. Okay? If you don't know how to plan and how to strategize, you are not likely to be a good cleaner. So now that you want to start your business, it is the right time, excuse me, it is the right time for you to start planning. Exactly what's my niche? Niche means, what do I want to do? Because there are many parts to cleaning. Do I want to do only post-construction cleaning? Would I want to do home cleaning alone? Do I want to do just road cleaning? Or I want to do airport cleaning? Or I just want to be everything? I want to clean everywhere, you know? So you will need to decide that. What's your niche? Exactly what you want to do. And also, when you want to start your cleaning business, apart from the fact that you are looking at the parts that you want to play in the industry, you also need to have your mission. What's your mission? It's your why that will determine, that will help you to build your mission and your vision. So you need to think about that. Nobody can write your vision for you. So please don't make that mistake of going to people and then telling them, oh, help me to write my mission, help me to. You see, this is your eyes. When we are talking of vision, that's what it means. What your eyes can see, the future that your eyes can see. I cannot see through your eyes. You are the owner of your eyes, and you are the one that can see what you have in mind, you know, for your businesses. So you need to think through what your vision and mission will be while you have your why. Because when you have your why, then you will understand why you want to be in cleaning at all, or why you are in cleaning, because some of us are already in cleaning business and we don't even know why we're there. That happens a lot to employees in cleaning. And actually, that's one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing, trying to train as many people as possible in the cleaning business. Because most of the time, the people you will employ, that's why I keep emphasizing on training them. The people you will employ, they did not come because they want to be cleaners. They are in your businesses because they don't have any other things to do. So they will hear, oh, they are hiring cleaners there. They will go there. Tomorrow, when they say they pay them better there, where they are carrying bricks and whatever to do pong pong or whatever they call it. If it's more than what you are paying them, they will go there because they don't have any why they are doing. They're just doing it. So you, the owner of the business, you need to have a very strong why, because you can be frustrated. Let me tell you an experience I had, my experience. So we had a facility. Bola Akin, I don't know, Akin Road. Please, if you are not talking, mute yourself. Sorry, during the course of this training, if I hear any background noise from anybody, I'll put that person in the waiting room. And even if you want to talk, just raise up your hand and then we'll call you and it will be time for you to unmute and then you can talk. Right, so we have this 5 level, was it 5 or 6 level facility to clean. Is a place that we have to be 24/7. So we do morning, afternoon, night shifts. And then one very good boy, a graduate, came up while we were recruiting and he wanted to be a cleaner. So I asked him, why would you want to be a cleaner? You have a BSc in accounting or whatever. So he said, ma, there's no work. You know, that's a category of worker. There wasn't anything he could do. And then he decided that, okay, let me do whatever is available. And he did it well. He was very good. From being an ordinary cleaner, an operative that was coming from no cleaning background at all, he was promoted to becoming a supervisor in such a big facility. So, but because he didn't have the cleaning experience, we got somebody who had BSc, who had experience, who said he had experience in cleaning. Of course, he told us where he worked before. We did background check. He had worked before, but absolutely, he didn't have the kind of experience that I would have loved to have in that kind of place, but we didn't know. So he came on board. We made him the manager. By virtue of the fact that he had cleaning experience over the one that was good, but had no cleaning experience, except for the ones that he garnered working with us. Yeah, so during one of the Muslim festival, Muslim holidays, that is always very close to Christmas, he was being nice to the cleaners. He didn't know who he was dealing with. He was being nice to the operatives, so he gave them salary break. Out of about 25 operatives we had on site, only 4. The 5th person was that supervisor I talked about, were Muslims. So he gave them, so that means that like 20 of them, including himself, were Christians. So he gave those Muslims holiday and they went. So the Christians were waiting. You know, Christmas too was coming. So they were waiting that, okay, we'll see what Oga will do. And for me, once you are employed, you are tested, you have been found to be useful. I leave you to do things the way you want do it because now is your call. I won't be paying you and still be doing your job for you. So I left him to do what he was doing. So at Christmas, all the Christians on the Christmas day like this, all Christians there, 20 of them didn't come to work.
Wow.
Now, the Muslims that he was trying to be goody-goody to, they all too did not come to work on Christmas. So it was the supervisor, who was also a Muslim, that was at work on Christmas Day. I was in church with one of my sons, and the supervisor knew, of course, that I would be in church. So he didn't want to bother me. He was jumping from one floor to the other, only him alone. Meanwhile, our manager, our Christian manager, went to church. He didn't look back to see. So these are the kind of things you can meet. Now, let me tell you what happened. You see, the supervisor was kind enough because he knew that I would be in church. So he left me and let me be. Immediately after service like this, it was like he knew when pastor would say the grace. Sent me a text. Man, this is what I'm facing here in this place. Nobody is there, I'm the only one. Myself and my son, who was on holidays, slept in that facility. Christmas Day, Boxing Day. No, why would I even say slept? We worked in that facility. So that means 3 of us working on 5 floors. So you will meet this kind of situation. You will. Especially working in Nigeria, where people don't really take their job seriously, where work ethics is almost zero. If I didn't have a strong why, I would not do that. I'll just be looking at Christmas Day. From church, I had to just send messages home. This is what is happening. This is where I am, blah, blah, blah. So I had to go there. So your why must be very, very strong. Your vision must be your vision, not the vision written for you by any motivational speaker. It has to be your vision. It has to be your mission. Because if those things are not strong enough, you're not likely to see the future that you have in the business. Once you see the future that you have in the business, then you are likely. Abiola, Griffith, I will throw you into the waiting room. Because I don't know why you guys are trying me like this. Mute yourself now if you are not talking. There is a lot of background noise and you are disturbing the class. All right, so your why must be very strong so that your vision and mission can be strong, okay? In cleaning, you can clean banks, you can clean, I've told you, you can clean anywhere you want to clean. Everywhere needs to be cleaned. Estates, houses in the estates needs to be cleaned. Banks needs to be cleaned. Airports needs to be cleaned. Hotels needs to be cleaned. Absolutely everywhere needs to be cleaned. So you need to choose your own niche, what you want to do. Where would you clean? Do you want to clean the eyebrow areas? Would you want to be only associated? You want to be associated with only the eyebrow areas. You want to clean VGC, you want to clean Magodo, you want to clean Victoria Island, or you just want to clean the marketplaces. Because it's in knowing your niche that you will know the kind of equipment you will need, the kind of tools you will need, the kind of trainings you would go for, and exactly the kind of human beings you will employ. You need to know which area also you would like to use. Excuse me. Sorry, I just thought I should mute everyone because it looks like some people here will not listen. So you can also decide whether you want to do residential areas only or commercial areas, or whether you want to do post-construction cleaning, or you want to do what we call movement cleaning, renovation, like people that want to move out of their homes, renovate, and then you clean, and then they come back. For us in Precise Cleaning Services, we don't do residential. We don't do residential because of for personal reasons, and because of certain things associated with cleaning residential areas. We don't do that, but that doesn't mean that you cannot do residential areas. It totally depends on what you want to do, okay? So I want us to look at, if you don't have any question up till now, I would like for us to see names. Because when you have your business, when you start this business, it is more or less like any new business you are starting at all. It is more or less like you have a new baby, okay? And those of us that are parents, we know that we don't just give our children just any name. You see, Yorubas even have a lot of proverbs to support that. There's one particular Yoruba proverb that says that you look at the home before you give the children their names. That is, we don't just give children names just like that. We first look at the homes, we look at the antecedents, we look at the people, the great grandfathers and mothers. We look at exactly what is happening around that time. And you are not likely to give your children names that you cannot understand or that you cannot be associated with, names that you yourself, you don't even understand what it is. It doesn't mean anything to you, you know? So we look at the name, whatever is going on around us before we give names also to our businesses. I hope you can still hear me, because one of my connection is down right now. Can you all still hear me? Please unmute and let me know that you can still hear me. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you, Bolanle.
Yes, we can hear you, ma.
All right.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about you naming your business. When you want to name your business, you have to put a lot of things into consideration. Number one, the kind of name. Remember now, it's not about the name you really, really, really like. It has to be a meaningful name that speaks to your business, you know? It has to also be a name that other people can understand and they can call, you know? It doesn't matter if it's, because you can also do some verifications, you know, before you do certain things in business. I do that a lot. You do verifications, you call people in, you ask questions, you tell people what you really want to do and where you are going, what your vision really is, what your mission is, and how you want it to pan. And then those who have more experience, those who have better experience than you do have, may be able to advise you. But in all you're given, make sure that you are giving your businesses names that your clients can also relate with. Okay? Make sure that you are giving Don't go and give one bogus, big Yoruba name like that, that even some Nigerians will not be able to come. Talk less of foreigners. From the get-go, you should make your businesses ready for international world. Like I told you on the platform, in some areas of the world right now, globally, they are looking for, in fact, I didn't just want to say it on the platform before, let me say it now. Some places are actually looking for Nigerian cleaners. I don't know why, but in their advertisement, they are specifically asking for Nigeria cleaners. So let it not be that it will be your name, you know, that will be a put off. Because if you go and put one big bogus name that your people, the people that your clients won't even be able to understand, they won't be able to call, they don't, even if they don't know the meaning, at least make it simple for them to call so that when they have a list of people that they are trying to give the jobs to, they're not going to send you off just like that because of your name. Because it can happen. If they look at it and they, what's the meaning of this? How do we call this? This is so mouthy. We are not going to be able to understand this. They may not call you. Okay? So make sure that you are giving the names that in all you're giving, make sure that you give the names that your clients also will be comfortable with. Because one thing we really need to understand is that we are not serving ourselves. We are serving our clients. Now, do we have any question for now? If you have a question, please raise your hand and let's deal with that now before I move to another part of what you should be doing. Faith Okogo, let's have you. Yeah, the floor is yours, Faith. You can unmute yourself and let us hear you.
All right. Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Please, you said something about what type of equipment you need, you know, to clean airports and all that. Please, ma'am, how do I do those equipment? What type of equipment one needs, you know, to clean places like airports? Actually, that is where I clean. So I want to know if there's any equipment that one can get.
Like for the airports, when you want to clean the airport, that's like an eyebrow area.
Okay, my eyebrow.
Because of the quality of people that, I think I mentioned that in passing last week. You cannot go and carry native broom and say you want to clean the airport. So you will need sweepers. Sometimes you will need to have electronic sweepers. You may, depending on the kind of the airports you are cleaning also, you may need a ride-on, depending on how big it is. You also will need scrubber and you will need dryer. So it's good for you to just have scrub and dry, you know. We'll get to equipment and where you use them later, hopefully by God's grace, excuse me. You know, but you will need sophisticated equipment like that. But the great thing about it is that you don't really have to buy them. In cleaning, there are people who give out their equipment on rentals. So you can rent, but it's always better if you have your own thing. We all know that, because sometimes you need the equipment and the owner also needs the equipment. And nobody will leave his own thing to satisfy another person's business. That's where the issue will be.
Thank you so much.
But you will need things like that, sweepers, scrubbers, dryers, vacuum cleaners, you know, electronics, sweepers. In fact, depending on if they have car park too, you will need hot and cold, you know, that like hot and cold pressure washer. You need all those kind of things. They are quite expensive, but well, you are cleaning the airport, so you must be making the money too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so the bigger the head, the bigger the headache. You cannot compare you cleaning the airport with somebody trying to clean my house, for instance.
No, man.
Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions so far? You can please lower your hand since you have already asked your question, Faith. Is there any other person? Any question? Right, okay, so let's move on. When you want to start any business at all, not only cleaning business, there's something we call standard operating procedure, SOP. You must have that. Because without your SOP, you will not be able to function properly. It is your standard operating procedure that will make you to know how you want to function. Like, do I even want to be a one-man business? Do I want to employ people? Because you can also be a solopreneur. You can decide to be the only one, depending on where you want to clean. For instance, if you are doing residential, you can be a solopreneur. You can be the only one there. You don't need to employ people if you don't want to. So you wouldn't even have the kind of problems we had that made us to decide that we won't be doing residentials. Because it's you. You won't go there to steal any madam's good if you don't want to, because you don't want to spoil your business. You won't go there as a woman and then the only thing you want to do is to go and collect another person's husband. I mean, you don't want to spoil your business, you know? So this is your SOP that will speak to all of this. How do you want to run your business? What's the business going to be about? Where exactly do you want to clean? How would you want to clean where you want to clean? How many members of staff would you want to use? What's your budget like? You know, these are all the things that will come in your SOP. Do you want to rent a place or you want to use your home? Are you going to operate from your house or you are going to rent a place? Because when you rent a place, another overhead. When you have this place, there must be somebody that will help you to take care of your front office. So that means you will have a staff to monitor the front office and all of those. These are all the things that will come in your SOP. The budget, the kind of place you want to clean would determine the kind of equipment you will buy, the tools, and all of that. You know, this will come in under your SOP, your standard operating procedure. Also your business plan. Remember I told you that to be a good cleaner, you must be a good planner. People may just be looking at cleaners like that as somebody that they just clean. That's not who we are. We are still going to do psychology of cleaning. Then you know who we really are. The best profession so far. That's what cleaning is. I'm into other businesses. But cleaning is the best. Cleaning is actually the most important. And you will know why also when we start doing the psychology of cleaning. You know, if we have good cleaners, we won't have need for medical doctors. My husband is next door and he's a medical doctor, but that's okay. The truth is, if we have good cleaners, because there won't be diseases now. Most of the diseases that we have, apart from all those inflammatory diseases and all of that, most of them are caused because, don't let me even go there. That's not the topic for today. So let's stick to our topic for today. When we get to psychology of cleaning, then we'll talk more about that. So you have to put your SOP together. Your SOP, in your SOP, you must have your business plan, including your advertising and marketing plan, because you cannot be winking in the dark. You know, it was one of the things you should be able to do that I wanted to talk about on the platform, but everybody seemed to be away, you know, so we couldn't do that. Hopefully, when we are up to 50, we'll do that on the platform. So how you want to advertise your business, how you want to market, what you want to do. In fact, apart from the people you want to also employ, how you will also fire them. What would happen for you to fire them? You know, should be in your SOP, because your employees handbook is part of your SOP. And when you are employing anybody, this person must be told right from the get-go how they can come in and how they can be fired. Okay? So, standard operating procedure is SOP. Beulah, you were asking. Your standard, just the standard operating procedure, the way you will operate your business, very just like that. And all the things that I've been talking about are things you need to put in place for you to operate your business properly. Okay? You will need to have a business plan. It doesn't also mean that you have to go to one HR person to help you write your business plan. No. It's you that you can put it down yourself. This is how, what we will do, this is how we will do what we will do. I'm not saying you cannot give it to professionals to help you look at it, but it should originate from you. It should start from you. You are the owner of the business. You are the one that wants to operate the business. You want to be a cleaner. The HR person may not even know, may not next to nothing about cleaning. So carrying your cleaning life or your business life to somebody who doesn't know about what you want to do is an aberration. You should at least start it yourself. So if it's the grammar there that you now need the Dogonturenchi to help you to write, then fine. But you cannot go to somebody to say, oh, help me write my business plan. This person doesn't know your plan. You are the one that knows your plan. You know your own plan. Nobody else knows. And the way God speaks to each one of us is very different. So the way that God will talk to you and you'll be able to operate your business may not be the same way He will speak to you. So you cannot even come and tell me, even as a cleaning person, to write your business plan for you. No, you have to write your plan by yourself. And business plan is not that difficult. It's just your plan. It's like the same way you plan going to the market. When I'm going to the market, I'm going to take keke. When I'm going to the market, I'm going to drive there. When I'm going to the market, I'm going to fly there. That's a plan. And when I get there, I'll buy my tomatoes before I buy pepper. That's a plan. That's just what it is when we are talking about business plan. The only difference that we have added now is business. And nobody should allow that to make him or her afraid. No, it's your business. You want to plan it. This way I will do it. And the way you want to do it is the best way for you because it is your business. So that's what our standard operating procedure is all about. That's what you look at when you want to start your business. You really need to know how you want to do all of these things. including how you will market, how you will go about your marketing. Because, like I said, you cannot wink in the dark. Nobody will see you. And when you are not seen, you will be forgotten. When you are forgotten, you won't make money. And the only reason why you are in business is so that you can make profits, not even to make money alone. And without marketing your wares, without putting it out for people to know what you are doing, you will not be able to make money, talk less of making profits. So these are all the things that should be in your SOP, your structure. You know, do you want to be a one-man show, like I said? Or how exactly do you want to put it? Also, your business culture. You know, you must have a business culture. You know, when we are growing, the culture in my home is different from the culture next door. So you must have your business culture. There must be a way you want to put your policies, a way you want to put your procedure, a way you want people to interpret your ethics. What is it that you do? Like when somebody enters your front office, what's your culture? What do you do there? Do you look at the person as if, who is this one? Or you are all over the person. Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, sir. How do you do today? Oh, the rain. Sorry, we didn't see you. We would have brought you an umbrella. Is that what you want to be? Do you want to be warm towards your clients? Or you just want to come when they are coming even from the rain, you are telling them right from your front office, oh, please wait, just stay outside there. Don't let the rainwater drip in our front office. Your front office is too touch for your clients to stay with their wet clothes. Is that your culture? It's also a culture. We have homes where as father is abusing people on the streets, the children are busy beating the people, and that's their culture. So you must have your own business culture as well. How you want to treat your clients, how you want your structures to be, what kind of ethics are you going to follow? What will your procedure be like? Okay? Now, in cleaning, if you want to start your business in cleaning and you want it to grow, apart from advertising, another thing you need to do is that you should not offer basic services alone. Don't be among those that will just say, oh, we just want to sweep and clean and that's what we want to do. So anywhere they are not just doing sweep and mop, we are not doing. Try as much as possible to put other things, other packages, you know. For instance, carpet cleaning. Look for things that other people are not doing. They're not doing so much of. So that when they are looking for the best carpet cleaner in Ikeja, for instance, your name is likely to pop up. Then upholstery. Especially in this economy, nobody wants to throw away anything any longer. You know, so people will now put up their maintenance culture. And part of the maintenance culture is cleaning. Because when you make it good, when you make it clean, it's likely to stay longer. It's likely to work for you longer than it would have if you just use it anyhow. So make sure that you are not just offering basic services. Make sure that you add things like your upholstery cleaning, carpet cleaning, detailing, marble, what do you call it now? Polishing and stuff like that. You don't have to start everything in the beginning, but I'm just telling you that to grow, you know, for you to grow, make sure that some of you are doing what I'm doing now. You saw what I put on the platform for you. It's not everybody that does training for free. Actually, nobody does training for free except Mrs. Ola Oshibiko. You know? So when you are doing cleaning training, that's also a way of making money in cleaning. But you know, before you can train anybody, you cannot give what you don't have. So you yourself, you would have understood what cleaning is all about. You will have been on the job for a while so that you don't train people haphazardly. Some people, somebody that was in the first cohort had already started training, you know, because after the training, she didn't stay put. She kept improving herself. She has actually used her own certificate to go and apply for an MBA. I mean, that's fantastic. I was so happy when I saw that, when I was reading the feedbacks. That was very brilliant, you know? So it's not about, and she has even used it also to apply for grants. From these things that we are doing, and some people are not in class, some people are not reading, some people, look at how somebody picked it up and she's running with it. So she will make money from her training. She will be able to get her grants. She will be able to, you know, the sky is just the limit. That's why I said cleaning is one of the best things that can happen to you. You know, if you take it seriously and if you know exactly what your why is, what your vision is, and what your mission is. Now, when you want to start also, do not buy too many equipments because you don't know the ones you will later need. Except if you have that job, you already have the job and the kind of equipment that are needed on the job are what you are buying, then that's okay. You know, you have the job and so you need the equipment and you bought them. That's fine. But don't, because you have the money, just say, oh, I want to be a cleaner, and so I'm going to buy wet and dry. I'm going to buy the hot and cold pressure washer. These things are very expensive. Oh, I want to buy water-powered external facade cleaning or stuff like that. Just buy the basic things. You probably will need a ladder depending on where you are cleaning, so get that. Definitely you will need sweepers. There's no place you want to start cleaning that you won't sweep. You need mops, you need your mop cans, you need your caddy, you know, so that you can be organized. You need your rags. These are basic things. Don't overbuy equipment and tools. And also don't underbuy. Because some people will now say, it's Mrs. Ola that said we should not overbuy. Don't go and underbuy as well. Buy as much, just the much that you need. You know, project. Once you have your good projection, you know exactly where you want to clean and what you will need for the cleaning. Then your projection should just be accurate. In this place, maybe I will need to have 10 mops. And then, so if you have 10 mops, you will need to have 10 mopping cans. And sweepers, you will need to have the packers as well, the dust pans, you know. And please make sure that you are buying quality material so that you are not wasting money. Because if you buy the ones that are not quality, they will get spoiled before you know it, earlier than expected. And then you have to go and buy another one. And if you don't buy another one, you are using broken mop or you are undoing yourself, because you see, in cleaning, people are watching you. People that you don't even know. Like for instance, we used to have a place that's very, very rich people kind of fly day in, day out. You never know who is who. They are looking at you. They are looking at what you are doing. They are looking at how you are doing what you are doing. They are looking at what you are using. And so sometimes when they have opportunities to refer, maybe somebody is looking for cleaners and whatever. So, oh, I saw that precise cleaning services at the airport. They were doing well. And I took their numbers. And that's another thing. That's another strategy I want you to have. On your equipment, make sure you brand them. Maybe because I'm into branding and custom concepts. All our equipments are branded. So with the branding comes the numbers. Our phone numbers are on them. So we have stickers on all the equipment, at least the ones that we can put stickers on. If we cannot put stickers on our mops, but we can put stickers on the mop cans, you know? So wherever you find a mop, you will find the mop cans anyway. So they will still be able to get our numbers, our contact details, and they will still be able to contact us. So if you can put up that kind of strategy as well, I believe it will go a long way for you. You know, so make sure that you are using quality materials so that people can see you and they'll be able to refer you. And even your customers' expectations also will be met, you know, so they will respect you for who you are, okay? Now, one very important thing that you also need to put into consideration is your workers, your cleaning operatives. If you don't want to be a solopreneur, if you're not doing it alone, if you are going to employ people, apart from training them that have been emphasizing, make sure that you pay them well. Because the laborer deserves his wages. Make sure that you are paying them well, and make sure that you pay them on time. On time doesn't mean 31st of July. On time means the time that you have agreed to pay them. If you say we will pay you, this is also in your standard operating procedure, how we will be paid, what we will pay, and when we are going to pay, okay? So, like for instance, if you say that we'll be paying them on the 10th of every month, make sure that you stick to your 10th of every month. If life happens, because it's possible that certain things happen and you are not able to pay at the right time, please call a meeting. Let them know. This is not even only in cleaning, it's everywhere, in everywhere you are working. Let them know why you are not able to. Reasons why you are not able to pay can be very obvious, but the truth of the matter is human nature is very, very selfish. Even though they are seeing that you are not doing any work, it's not in their subconscious that you are not working, so they won't get paid. Because most of them have actually come because they want to be paid, not because they want to work. Like I told you earlier, it's just because they need the money. It's not because they love you so much and they want to come and stay with you for 30, 31 days without getting paid. So make sure that in your own little way, you are good to them. You talk to them. If you can't pay them on time, let them know why. And agree on how much you are going to pay them. If they are not doing what they are supposed to do to get paid, let them know before payday. Because even the ones you pay, they can deal with you. They may not come. You may have a site and the owners of the site need to get that site from you to be used maybe for something very, very important, and then your workers do not come. How will you put that? You know, I just told you a story of what happened to us. That wasn't even because we didn't pay them. It was even because manager was over good to them. So it depends on how they are thinking and what they are thinking about most times. So we need to be very careful and also be nice to whoever is working with us. Okay, so this is all we have for tonight. If you have any question, maybe on what I've talked about or what you will expect us to talk about that we have not mentioned, please let's hear you out. Let me check the chat room if we have any questions there. All right. I have a question on vision. Chioma said she asked a question on vision. I have a question on which is better, okay, residential or corporate. All right, she's outside, so she cannot unmute. Or which is easier to break into. Like I said, I am not in you. So there is no way I'm going to know which will be better for you. If you want to know which is better for me, I prefer corporate. And I've said it in passing. Why also? I do not, thank you, Abiola. Why I do not do residential. The shenanigans in residential for me is too much. And maybe because I do other things, I'm too busy to be micromanaging staff that have gone to do residential places. And that's what will be needed. Because you need to be sure that nobody is stealing anybody's things. And since, you know, it's only yourself that you can really know that, oh, I won't do this. That whatever it is, I will never do this. You can't be so sure with other people. So you need to be on your toes, trying to be sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do. And you also know that now you are going to somebody's home. You don't even know how that person can behave. The person too can be somebody that has something bothering him or her. And there could be misplaced aggression. There could be all sorts of things that we would experience, you know, when doing residential. Except if it's residential that is renovation. So they are not there. They moved out. They renovated the place. It's just like post-construction. I love post-construction cleaning because at that stage, you're just making everything good. There's no interjection from anywhere. There is nobody disturbing anybody. You are doing your job and you are doing it straight, and you get your money. It's very easy to do post-construction cleaning. It's very, very easy to do post-construction cleaning, and you can make a whole lot more of money depending on whose property, whose facilities you are cleaning, and who you are dealing with, you know? So for me, I prefer the corporates to, sorry about that, to residential. Yeah, I prefer corporate to residential. So it's totally up to you. It's totally up to you. It depends on what you are comfortable doing. Some people are actually people's persons. And if you are not very busy and you can follow people to homes and all of that, that could be okay. Beulah, you have your hands up. Is it Beulah or Biola or Beulah? Please unmute yourself and talk to us. Chama, I hope I answered your question. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, and then sometimes also, some women are not so sure of themselves, so they suspect every female cleaner. They suspect every female cleaner, and unfortunately, if it's the man that gets the attention of the cleaner. Like if it's the man that's kind of employed the cleaning company, and the woman is suspicious of the female cleaners, you are bound to have trouble in such a home, because everything is your cleaner, and it seems as if one of them was winking to my husband. Oh, seems as if my husband is looking too much at, who has that kind of time? I don't have. But if you're able to go with them, to micromanage them, why not? It could be a good niche for people that really love to do that. So, Beulah, you still have your hand up.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Can we hear you out?
Good evening, ma'am. I have about 2 to 3 questions. I'll be quick with it, actually. By the grace of God, I study hospitality, whereby we were taught on housekeeping and hygiene, as in they taught us deeply on those things. So now what I want to ask is, because of that knowledge I already have about hospitality or about housekeeping and hygiene, I tend to like have this, I don't want to give it a bad name, but a kind of irritation when I see when things are not clean and the rest. I want to say that is actually me. But there was a particular day I visited the company, a studio precisely. So I realized everywhere was dirty. So inside of me, I was like, how can a studio be this dirty? So I put it upon myself to walk up to the manager and talk to them about cleaning. Though I produce cleaning agents like liquid soap, Isa, and the rest. It's part of the business I do. So I tried to talk to the manager. It wasn't on seat, so I got his number from someone and spoke with him over the phone. Like I tried not to like be direct that your company was dirty or something. But I wanted to like introduce myself and get it as a business opportunity from them. So throughout all my time of asking and waiting for him to give me a reply, he didn't, at the end of the day, I didn't do the job. So my question now concerning that is, did I handle it wrongly? That's one. Secondly, my second question now is it a must one have permanent staffs when trying to establish a cleaning company, or a part-time staffs like when there's a job for them to do, they come around, we do the job together, then they go. Because presently, what I do have a kind of mindset of cleaning company, but I'm yet to set up actually. But when opportunity comes like that, I have people that I mobilize to quickly get it done, but I've not really put up a structure on it.
Okay, so are you done?
That's the one. That's the second question. Like, is it a must one have permanent staffs, or it can always be PT, like only when the job is available and they get it done? Okay, I think I'll stop on that for now, ma. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, for the first one, whether you handled it, you went there, you wanted to talk to them, and then you got the number of the manager, and you let the manager know. There isn't really any wrong or right way of doing that kind of a thing, because it depends on circumstances. But probably I would have handled it differently. For instance, instead of going there looking for the manager, I'll do them a proposal. Because they are running a business there. So it's a corporate office, you know? And that was what you saw, and you thought that, oh, why should they be like that? Why should they be that dirty or whatever on camps? So it will seem like you're only just expanding your own coast. You are not saying anything about them. You have only asked that you want to clean the place. So probably they also, maybe they've been looking at it that, oh, we need to clean this place. Then that would be a great opportunity for them to say, oh yeah, somebody actually wants to. They won't know why you have written your proposal. That's the way I would have handled it. I will probably not call the manager and start telling him about how dirty their place is, because most times people don't really want the truth. Even though we set us all free, people don't really want. Now, secondly, on whether it's compulsory that you have paid workers as your cleaners. Well, it's not really compulsory, but it is advisable, especially if you have sites, if you have jobs to do. And most of the time, because you do not have the workers, you probably will not be pushed into getting jobs because you don't have that overhead you need to pay. You probably will not be motivated to get jobs, and there won't be growth. Like the people you are trying to outsource, you know, the cleaners you are outsourcing. You can get a job some other time, and they are also busy. Nothing you can do about that, you know. So you're likely to now go running helter-skelter. But if you have your own staff, they are still under your control, and you are able to say, oh, this is what we have, and this is what we are doing, you know? Rather than depending on people that are just not dependable. So I will advise that at least you have one or two. If you want to set your business up properly, have people. And the fact that you have cleaners is enough push for you to have jobs, to get jobs, you know, do. The moment you depend on outsourced workers, it becomes very kind of, and the worst of it is if you have a job and they are busy elsewhere. And then another thing that is very important is also the fact that part-time will be using very untrained people. I call them untrained because you are not the trainer, the person that trains them. So you don't really know what they can be up to. And you are not sure that they will be able to do your job well. So when you have your own staff, you'll be able to train them to your own taste. And the standard of cleaning will be maintained. Okay? So it will not be a matter of, oh, we did it well today because of the caliber of outsourced workers we have. And then tomorrow, when the people that saw us doing it well yesterday call us to do, the same set of workers are not available. So you just pick another set whose acumen is not up to level of the ones you use. So it's always better to now, I think we have to end this call. We are supposed to have 9 to 10. Every time we drag it to 11. It gets to 2 hours all the time. And yet, people don't want to go home. You say that cleaning is very sweet now, sweet. Who agrees with me? Let me see S in the chat box if you agree with me that cleaning is very sweet. Give me an S, give me an S in the chat box. I want to see sweet in the chat box. If you agree, okay? I want to see the S, keep them coming, because cleaning is really very interesting. I told you on the platform that if you do it rightly, cleaning is like you eating ice cream, enjoyable. I love cleaning. I love to clean. Cleaning is my passion, and I love the money it also earns me, you know? So cleaning business, professional cleaning business is a place to be once you learn to do it well. I hope we will all learn to do it well, and we will keep on getting trained in this, and you keep loving it, because once you love something, you will do it well. It's only things that we don't really like that we do anyhow, okay? Those that do not love cleaning and they just get into it because, oh, we just want to clean, those are the people that gives the cleaning industry a bad name. On this note, I think we should call it a day. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to stop the recording now.
Thank you for mentoring us.
Thank you very much. I think what we'll do with that man is to have him, maybe we'll do Facebook Live. We'll discuss that on the platform anyway. That he will be able to teach us what he wants to teach us. All right.
Yes, I sent a message to